Hi guys, yesterday you watched the tutorial on Think Central for Chapter 11, Lesson 11, which is the most complicated of the whole chapter. Um, when you did this in fourth grade, it was area of two figures. So it was just this flat object here. But now we're going to 3 dimensions, so there's 3 things to look at. Now, if you were given all 3 numbers, this would be super simple, but they're not making it that simple because sometimes they're not giving you everything. And so really what I want to show you today is how to find all 3 measurements. Because remember, there's 3 things we want to find. We want to find the length, we want to find the width, which is also sometimes called the depth, and we want to find the height of each thing. And if we can do that, then we can find the answer. So I told you guys to have 2 different colored crayons, pencils, highlighters. If you don't, please go get them now. Pause it, come back when you're ready. For this one, and you're going to be pausing and doing it with me, so you need to have your book open to page 701. And again, if you don't have your book yet, you can come to school and get it. Otherwise, you might want to print this off of the internet. You can get it through your books on Think Central. So the reason why I'm writing length, width, and height twice is because there's actually 2 different figures here, 2 rectangular prisms. The first one is this little guy up top, and they've cut it for us. The second guy is this one below. So we're going to start with the second guy because everything's listed here. It's nice and easy and neat. So my length, I can do how far it goes across, is right here. And so I'm coloring that one, and it is 8 inches. My width or depth is how far it goes back. I'm going to color that one, and that's 4 inches. And then my height is 2 inches. So to find the volume for this guy, I have 8 times 4 times 2, which is 8, which ends up being 64 inches. And remember, it's 3 directions, so we put the 3 for 64 inches cubed. Now, nice and easy and simple, right? Let's look at the other one. So this one, again, I'm going to switch colors. We have 3 different directions: length, width, and height. So let's look at the first one, length, how far it goes across. Now, there's nothing written here. However, I do have the answer, because if I follow this across, this width stays the same direction, this all the way up. And so if it's 2 inches up here, guess what? It's 2 inches down here. So my length in here is 2 inches. Now my width or depth is how far it goes back. And again, there's nothing written there. But I can go either up, well, there's nothing written that way, or I can go down. If I go down, look at that. It's the same exact width as it was down there. So that's 4 inches. Now here's the only one that you're going to find probably to be a little bit tricky, and that's the height. Because if I go here, the height, there's nothing listed there. If I go here, it says 5 inches. So a lot of people get this wrong because they write that the height is 5. Now that height is actually not 5 because 5 goes from top to bottom. And that's not what we're doing. We're just going from here to the top. So what do? I have to see how wide this part is and go all the way across and see how wide this guy was. Well, I already did this guy. You told me that this guy's height was 2. If I see over here, there's the 2. So this little part is 2. Well, if that little part is 2, what's the other part? And if you just said 3, because 2 plus 3 is 5, you are correct. And so when I find the area, or the volume of this one, 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24 inches cubed. So to find the total, 24 plus 64 equals 88 inches cubed. Because I took the top little guy, added it to the bottom bigger guy, and I ended up with this thing right here. What do you think? I hope you kind of see where I'm going. This is the hardest part over here, when you have to go across to see what has already been used of the total. So let's go over and do another one with number 2. Again, we're going to have a length, we're going to have a height, we're going to have a width, but we're not going to have it just one time, we're going to have it 2. And they didn't draw the line for us this time. We're going to be in charge of that. So I'm going to suggest let's draw the line right here. Okay, so we have two totally separate things. And you may, just to make your life easier, want to color them in so that you don't get confused. This one is orange, and this one back here is pink. Awesome, great, we love it. And in the pink one, we're going to have a length times a height times a width. And in the orange one, we're going to have a length times a height times a width. So let's figure out what those are. Let's go with orange first. Length, how far it is across. There we go. That one's pretty easy. We got a 3. Width, how far it goes back. Well, they're showing us this top one is 2. Well, guess what? The bottom one's 2 because they're just right on top of each other. And now we have to go, which again, it doesn't matter the order, so excuse me that I put this wrong. And now we have to go height. So here, the height is supposed to be right here, and it's not. So what do? We follow this thing that's the exact same height, and we go in search of something that does show us the height. And guess what? It's the same height as that guy back there. So the height is 1. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 1 is still 6. And this time we're dealing with centimeters cubed. And we're going to be adding that to this bigger guy back here. The bigger guy back here, we got to go our length. Well, our length is all the way across here, and I don't see anything there. But if I look back here, it's the same width back there that it is up front. This whole thing back here is the same in the back as it is in the front. So the length is 7. And again, the order doesn't matter, but I'll change this. The width, this one, nice and easy. It tells us it's 6. Height tells us nice and easy is 1. 7 times 6 is 42, and 40 times 1 is still 42. So 6 centimeters cubed plus 42 centimeters cubed equals 48 centimeters cubed. Okay. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to show you one more, and then I'm going to have you try some on your own. And if you're not getting this, I need you to stop it. I need you to reverse it and rewind it and go back and see what you can do on your own. So what I'd like you to do is on number 3, I want you to pause this video after we cut it right here. And I'm going to show you that I want you to do this guy over here as one color, and this guy over here as the second color. He's orange again. And I want you to try it on your own. Pause it, try it on your own. When you're done, then you're going to come back to me and you're going to see if you did it right. And we're going to see what you did wrong. You got to figure that out. Okay, so pause the video now. I'll see you back in a couple of minutes. Okay, you should have worked it out on your own, so let's talk about it. We have, for the pink box, 6 feet across times depth. Goes all the way back. I can't see it here, but if I look across, this is the same depth at 3. And my height is given to me right there at 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36 feet cubed. Going to, the second box, 4 feet across times 2 feet back times the height. Well, there is no height here, so I have to look around. All these heights are the same, so if I go all the way over here, my height is 2. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. And when I add those two together, 3, 4, 5. 52 feet cubed. Okay guys, last one. Now this one's a little bit different because it is 3 different sections. I can't cut this one in 2, so I have an actual third quarter. And you can cut it a couple different ways. I could cut it this way, or I could cut it up and down. Either way, you're going to get the same answer. I'm going to cut it this way. And if you want, go ahead and pause this. Try it on your own, and you'll have 3 different things to get together. So pause it now. Try it. See what happens. All right. We have 3 measurements. Let's talk about them. We're going to have a pink. we're going to have an orange. And we're going to have, for this case, a yellow. Let's start with the orange today. So, going all the way across. Whoop! The whole length. We got a 10. Times the width or the depth, how far it goes back. There's nothing here, but let's look all the way over here. There's the width at 3. Now the height. The height is one of those things we have to figure out. Here it says 6, but 6 is not what I need because it only goes to there. Well, where's the rest of it? The rest of it's right here, because this plus this equals the whole thing. So 4 plus what equals 6? And that height is going to be 2. 10 times 3 is 30. 30 times 2 is 60. And we're dealing with centimeters this time. Okay. Going to the pink guy. 2 across. Times how wide it is. Well, this whole thing, everything is the same width. So if it's 3 down here, or up here, it's 3 down here. Times the height. Well, they told me how tall this guy is back here. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 2 is 18 centimeters cubed. And then going to my last one. 2 across, times how far back? Well, again, it's 3 on all of them, times my height, which is 4. 6 times 4, 24 centimeters cubed. 8 times 4 is 12. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 102 centimeters cubed. Okay, that's all for me. I need you guys to now go to page 703 and 704. Try them on your own. If you need me, email me. We can call, we can FaceTime, we can chat, whatever you need, and we will get through this together. I know it's a little complicated, but I know you can do it. And this is our last skill. We're going to have a test next week, so we got to make sure we understand this. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I know that was a long one. I know it's complicated, but I believe in you. I know you have the strength to do it and the smarts to do it, and I miss you very much. Okay, bye.